Good morning to everyone. I'm Giorgia Fargetta and I'm from the University of Catania. This work is in collaboration with Professor Alessandro Ortis, Professor Stefano Anile, that is a biologist, and Professor Sebastiano Battiato. In particular, in this work, we focused into different perspectives. So the biological motivation and the computer science is the results. Because the motivation of the biologist is to find and classify three different classes of cats, because they study a particular cat that called Felis silvestris Schreber, that in Italy has a good percentage of cat, but is in extinctions. So they want to classify a pure race about this type of cat. The three classes are the domestic cat, the hybrid cat, and the wildcat. And the wildcat is the poor race. How we can recognize this type of cat? We can recognize from, for example, the pelage and the tail, as we can see in this diagram. The photos are collected by biologists over all the Italy, as we can see in this Italy map, and as after the first captures of different photos, we have this dataset. The main problem of the dataset is that we have a lot of photos that are blurred, like in this example. And our approach is to classify the three different classes. But how we can classify? Using image classification, we make a dataset benchmarking using different networks. And in particular, we consider finally the ResNet 18 and the Inception that are the two nets that has the best accuracy. So the classification of the classes are the following, and in the dataset you can find three different type of position of the cat. The frontal view, the necrot postmortem position, that is important because we can study the pelage and the tail of the cat, and the side view, in which we can see the entire body and the feet. And for the computer science of point of view, we have to make two different studies. The first one is to study the classification that is interesting for the biologist, so identify the poor race of the wildcat that we have with this percentage that we can see in this confusion matrix. And another part of the work is to study the dataset and analyze if the net recognize that the cat is alive, that is dead, or is it necro. This is important to underline and study the difficulties of the dataset. Now we have a new dataset in which the photos are without blur, and now we will make other studies on this new dataset. In particular, for this case, for the whole dataset, we reach this test accuracy and train accuracy of the 75% using ResNet, and for the Inception point of view, we reach the train accuracy of the 85%. This work is in press on proceedings of the International Conference on Advanced Engineering Technology Applications, and this is a part of the references of the paper, and this is my contact. Thank you for your attention.